games!
What's up everybody, welcome to this new video. Now you might have already noticed that this video is in English, and if you don't like it, now would be a good time to leave because it's gonna stay this way in this video. The reason for this is that I'm gonna talk about VRChat, and since there may be some English folks watching this video, I'm gonna talk English. Duh. I want to split this video into 3 topics: avatars, worlds, and communities. So without further ado, I would say let's jump right into the virtual world. Chapter 1. The Avatars. One, if not the biggest feature in VRChat, are the avatars. The game allows you to basically turn into any form you want. If you have a favorite character from a show, movie or game, chances are high that you can find it and become it. Do I want to be an anime character today? A shadow? Maybe just a freaking boo ghost? It doesn't matter, because it is possible. The ability to be literally anything you want is something that many people want in real life. How often have we wished that we could be someone else, and VRChat gives us this opportunity, if only for a certain period of time, namely until we take off the headset. Some people use this to really get into whatever character they are. Some only take a form because they know the character from somewhere, or they like the looks of it. I'm somewhere in between, sometimes liking to get into a role, sometimes just being myself and even switching within seconds based on how I feel. Naturally, the ability to turn into any form also brings the reality with it that there are a lot, and when I say a lot I really mean a lot, of male players in female avatars. And while there are sometimes also females in male avatars, it happens not so often, or at least I have not seen it that much. There is even the jokingly saying, if there is someone in VRChat who is mute and has a female avatar, it is most likely a man. I even have some friends who are muted and use female avatars, and with some of them I'm not sure until today if they are actually female or male. Now, is this bad? Absolutely not. After all, I'm one of the players who frequently use female avatars. I can, however, not say that I do it because of a specific reason. I just like the characters of these avatars from shows I watch or so on. Having said that, there are actually a lot of people who do it because they feel as the opposite gender in real life, and VRChat gives them a way of becoming this. The only thing I would see as a no-go, and many agree with me on this, is if someone actively pretends to be a girl in order to catfish people. None of the people I know, mute or not, do this luckily, so as far as I'm concerned I do not give a rat's ass what they are. I just call them they when I talk about them. VRChat brings the interesting side effect that genders are not important at all. Talking to a female avatar with a male voice is totally normal in this game and gives nobody a weird feeling. In a game where you can be anything, the lines of what is considered normal get blurry, or even disappear completely. Maybe if we could act like that in real life, a lot of stupid problems would disappear. Granted, there are a few idiots who complain about it, but hey, you can always mute annoying people or even block them. Which brings us to the next thing in this topic. Some avatars are a little upsetting and could even end up getting this video banned from YouTube. May it be someone running around naked, in clothing of questionable or downright fucked up groups, or something else equally annoying. Lucky for us, VRChat does not only give us the opportunity to be whatever we want, it also provides us with the means to actively block out the unwanted stuff, via muting, hiding, or even blocking people. This, however, should only be used if people are truly dumb. After all, in real life, you also can't block out everything that slightly inconveniences you. To end this topic, I would say that avatars are indeed a giant part of VRChat and also give you the possibility to feel more comfortable because they provide a sense of security, given that nobody knows how you really look. Many people are able to act more out of themselves because of that. And the ultimate proof that avatars are almost the most important feature is that there are entire worlds dedicated to them, and every single world, may it be dedicated to them or not, has at least one mirror, so you can look at yourself. And if a world has a mirror, you can be damn sure that that is the place where you can find the most players hanging around. Chapter 2. The Worlds. Let us now commence to the next big topic, which is the worlds. Or cultured people say it, the worlds are the main setting of VRChat. I have no idea how you imagined the world of VRChat till now, but it basically works like this. You search up a world and you can join an already existing instance, or you can create a new instance. When creating a new one, you can choose the region and kind of instance. Public, which means everyone can join. Friends, plus, which means your friends and their friends and so on can join on their own. Friends, which means only your friends can join on their own. Invite plus, which means anyone in the instance can invite anyone and no one can join on their own. Or invite only, which is basically totally private and only you can invite people. When you enter VRChat for the first time, you end up in the default home world, which basically looks like someone took a few plastic rocks and stacked a bunch of shapes atop of it and then said, well, that looks good. And while it may provide portals to the most popular worlds, most people set out on their journey to look for a new home, after at least the third time they load into the default home. I don't know what it is, but in my opinion the world maybe was intended to be comfortable, but it just feels so cold and way too public for me, as if any time someone could join you. That is also the reason why the first thing I did when I joined VRChat all the way back in desktop mode was to find a new home. And, well, the possibilities are endless when it comes to possible homes. I like to call these worlds hangout worlds. It does not matter if you want a small cabin in the woods, a penthouse, a cave, or just a one-room apartment. Imagine the biggest real estate market in the world and it is all for free. It is literally free real estate. I personally have this office from Genshin Impact, not because I like the game so much, I just like the general vibe in it. It is not too old and not too modern, it has a giant-ass mirror, and it is small enough to actually make me feel okay in it, as my real room is also quite small and comfy. Granted, there are smaller worlds out there, but I like it at least a bit spacious. This in between is perfectly set in this world. Also, I often use the world as a temporary stop during my travels through the virtual world, sometimes staying there for a while when I make myself some food or stuff like that. I generally count myself to the sort of players who cannot stay in a specific world for a long time. I'm always on the move, sometimes talking to people for a bit and then leaving again. Even my bio states that I'm an unbound traveler, and there are only 3 worlds in which this is not true. But we'll get into that later. There are, however, also a lot of people who stay in worlds for hours. May it be because they are mirror dwellers, people who literally become mannequins in front of mirrors for hours, people who hang out with their friends for long amounts of time, or people who actually sleep in VRChat sometimes. In fact, there are worlds for that as well. However, if you go to sleep in VRChat in a public world, you should not wonder if you get woken up by some random idiot. There are worlds in nature, cities, houses, or completely random locations which are totally made up. This is the reason why worlds are so important. To be able to get to locations from your favorite series, or movies, books, or other fantastic sources. You can go on epic adventures in remakes of your favorite games, run around in medieval towns, and 1 second later you sit in a spaceship, hang out with friends in nice places you will never be able to hang out in real life because of COVID. I'm sorry, give me a second. You're also able to favorite worlds, just like you can favorite avatars. Hold on, did I say that? No? Ah, shit. You can favorite worlds and avatars to have easy access to them all the time. I have divided it into avatar worlds, where there are tons of my favorite avatars, which I had no space left for, hangout worlds, game and community worlds, more on that later, and giant/beautiful worlds, which may be giant in files or general in game size. Game worlds can be defined as worlds where the creator really programmed a game you can play, the most popular ones being Murder, Freeze Tag, Among Us, and so on. When you open the world folder in your menu, you can see exactly which worlds are popular right now. It is all pretty decently presented. And if you're the first person who cannot find any world you like, well, just make one. Just like avatars, you can create anything you want. The only limit is your skill set. Wait, I forgot that too, yeah. Okay, yeah, you can create your own avatars and worlds. Just check out this cool world my friend Kali made, for example. In fact, most of the content in VRChat is made by the community itself, which is pretty epic if you ask me. Not that anyone is asking me. Chapter 3. Communities. When you say community, you could mean the general VRChat community, but that is not what I mean. To sum it all up, the general community is very diverse, and there are good and bad sides just like everywhere else. But what I want to talk about now are actual VRChat communities, meaning groups of people who all got together, have events, or play games together as an official group. Pretty much anyone can start a community in VRChat, because there are no rules when you count as one. In this video, I want to mention 3 specific communities which represent the, in my opinion, 3 basic types of communities in VRChat. Meetups, roleplay, and actual workshops. First, we're going to look at the Wanderer. Brought to life by Wildclaw, it is a weekly event where each Wednesday and Friday people gather for bartending or innkeeping sessions. Wildclaw would stand behind the bar and stream, also acting as a real bartender from time to time, while anyone who wants can join. A big role also plays the world, the Wanderer, which represents a lonely inn in the forest with multiple hidden features all across the map. It was made by Wildclaw himself and regularly gets updated by him as well. So there is snow in the winter, decorations, sometimes even by the community during Christmas or Halloween, and so on. In time, a community of regulars formed, people who come to every session just to meet up, talk about different stuff, or do a little fun role-playing. It is basically equivalent to meeting your friends in a bar. I started attending these sessions last fall and immediately decided to come back regularly, soon becoming a regular myself. Most people there are my friends, including Wildclaw himself. Everyone is very nice, with some people being a little insane, but still very cool. You can talk to literally everyone, join conversations, play along, start dance parties, and so on. And sometimes people raid the place, which is also fun. The Wanderer is the perfect representation for a meetup community, and I can recommend it to anyone who wants to meet some very cool folks. Next, we are taking a good look at the DalekHQ. For all the non-cultured people out there, Daleks are... No, I mean yes, but Daleks are an iconic villain in the British series Doctor Who. They're basically aliens and trash cans which can literally kill anything and will do that too because they think they're better than everything else. Now, it might not be that extreme, but the DalekHQ is role-playing as these iconic villains. Meeting once every Saturday, they're getting really into the role of the Daleks, being divided into different ranks, even with a High Council and an Emperor Dalek. They play games together while staying in their roles, raid worlds, meaning they all go to specific worlds and roleplay there, and sometimes even battle other communities, which is pretty epic. Also, they often have big events for specific occasions like Halloween, Christmas or New Year's. One of the things they do there is going around completing tasks and having fun together. It was originally founded by Ren Eternal and Prime Stabby, the Emperor and his second-in-command respectively. In time, some people from a previous Dalek community joined, as well as many new ones, leading to the HQ becoming a giant operation with its own media division, which governs the social medias, science division, who are in charge of worlds and specific avatars, and so on. Going all the way up to the High Council where the oldest members reside in. I play a rather humble role in the DalekHQ, meaning none. While outsiders are not so welcome during the meetups and also get handled in typical Dalek fashion, I somehow managed to be allowed to be in all the meetups and even took up the mantle as the photographer of the DalekHQ, which basically means that all I do is hover over them and take pictures to post them in their Discord later. Now, although some call me official photographer, it is actually an unofficial role, and I'm just an ambassador who has the enormous luck that the Daleks allow him to be there with them. Over time, I befriended many of the members, maybe the High Council or normal ranks, but I myself? Yeah, no. Yeah, no. I'm nothing more than a traveler who likes to observe the events. I can recommend the DalekHQ to everyone who likes Doctor Who and role-playing, but be warned that misbehaving in this community can lead to extermination. Last but not least, I will talk about Goblok's Improv Emporium, with Gobloks being the man behind it all, ironically in a female avatar, proving my point from before that does not matter at all. It is, as the name suggests, a group that does improv and a representative of a workshop community. That barely narrows it down though, so let me just say they have 3 types of events. Workshops where you can sharpen your skills in improv every Saturday, no matter how high they are. Adventures where there is no training but instead a meetup where you do different improv acts together on Sunday. And shows where people actually sit down in a theater and watch a professional improv show, which is also streamed and often accompanied by a fundraiser for good causes on Sunday, sometimes instead of adventures. Speaking of the theater is perfect, because that is basically the main world of this community, also made by them on their own. It is divided in the big stage room, smaller rooms for the workshops, and a front room where you can gather until the show starts. The workshops are great for everyone, and there is also no streaming or recording allowed to take away pressure from people. I actually was able to get these non-audio scenes because of special permission from my friend Gobloks, which I am very thankful for. I started going there last fall and became a regular soon. The people there are also incredibly wholesome and nice and helping when you need help. No pressure whatsoever and a friendly environment guarantee that you can get to learn improv in a cool way, which is also the reason why I'm friends with many people there and keep coming back. I can wholeheartedly recommend this community to everyone. So, that was a lot of talk. But what is the end conclusion now? VRChat is an enormous game with an incredible amount of content. There are almost infinite worlds to explore, infinite avatars to become, infinite ways to play it. May it be like me, someone who wall jumps and looks at lots of different things, may it be hanging out with people for a long time or just play games. But VRChat itself is so much more than just a game. It is a social network where you can meet so many people from all across the world and talk to them as if you're in the same room. I myself have met so many amazing people in VRChat who I genuinely consider real friends. I do know that a lot of people find it difficult to understand how you can feel so connected to people you met on the internet. And generally I agree with this, but VRChat is special. The people there are more real than in any other game where you can online talk to someone. VRChat is a place where you can be yourself and no one judges you. A place where even introverts can come out of their shell. A place where you can do almost anything without being scared. And last but not least, it is a place which embodies so many of our human dreams and fantasies, making them almost real, at least in the virtual world. People who play in VRChat are not trying to escape reality or forget about it like they are often accused of. They simply found a place where they have fun, just like others might go to a bar. So in my humble opinion, VRChat is an extension of reality itself. And with that said, I recommend this game to everyone who's watching. Hope you all enjoyed this video and bid you all a very fond farewell. Thank you so much for watching my video. On the left you can find my channel and on the right my last video. I send thank yous to Wildclaw from The Wanderer, the DalekHQ and Goblok's Improv Emporium who were all part of this video. You can find them all in the description. And now, for the first time ever, there's also the link to my Discord server alongside my other links. Feel free to join to always be updated quickly. See you next time. Goodbye.